It's March, and that means we're 1 month away from the release of yet another iteration of Ubuntu Linux. This time around, we're looking at an interim release, aka a non-long-term support release, which means support for 19.04 will extend only to 2020. It is important to remember that interim releases introduce new capabilities from Canonical as well as upstream open source projects, and serve as a proving ground for these new capabilities. That means these non-LTS releases don't enjoy the same level of stability, but they also tend to be a bit more exciting as far as releases are concerned. Does that mean we can look forward to Canonical bringing back the thrill of old-school releases? I wouldn't hold your breath. However, Ubuntu 19.04 does have a few nifty tricks up its sleeve. Let's take a look. Because Genome 3.32 will be released in March, there's no reason why it won't find its way into 19.04. This is an important release, as the Genome desktop environment is gaining significant improvements in speed. This is actually due to work between Canonical and the upstream Genome project. Frame rates, smoother startup animations, faster icon load times, GPU usage reductions, those are all part of what will help to make the newest Genome find significant improvements in performance. Speaking of release numbers, what could be more important than a big 5.0? The next major Linux kernel release will include features like AMD FreeSync support, NVIDIA Xavier display support, Intel Ice Lake Gen 11 graphics support improvements, and much more. Although there isn't much in the way of new features for displays, there is one very important introduction being made. If you've ever worked with larger HIDPI displays, you're probably familiar with fractional scaling support. Up until now, Ubuntu Linux hasn't included that ability. The default Yaru theme, released in Ubuntu 18.10, will find wider support for third-party applications. That means you'll find fewer of your apps will default to non-Yaru icons in the launcher, so everything will have a more consistent look. Sadly, for anyone that prefers those application menus that appear in the top panel, as of 19.04, they're gone. This is not a Ubuntu change, but a Genome change. The disappearing application menu is a response to a few long-running issues that have haunted Genome. Because of this, all application menus will move from the top bar and return to in-app windows. It may not seem like much of a list for a distribution release, but given the speed and stability improvements I've seen in the daily builds, even without the addition of Genome 3.32, Ubuntu 19.04 should seriously impress anyone looking for a fast and reliable Linux desktop platform.